This place is absolutely rocking. Brazil's team, the one which beat the Japanese on Saturday. Neymar taken off as a precaution, but is fit to start. Paulinho and Luis Gustavo's midfield pairing is growing in stature. Holt preferred to fans' favourite Lucas Moura still, and Fred remains as the central striker, despite Joe's goal-scoring cameo against the Japanese. The officials, the team from the World Cup final in Johannesburg. England's Howard Webb, assisted by Mike Malarkey and Darren Cann.
It's yellow, so you get the choice of you stay here. So the ball first, the ball second. Good luck, guys, all their best.
Mexico bringing Iram Mir at right back, Jorge Torres on the left. That pushes Carlos Salcido and Gerardo Flores into midfield. The Mir-Flores combination designed to stem the attacking flow of Marcelo on Brazil's left. The attack led by Javier Hernandez. Chicharito hit 7 at the Gold Cup 2 years ago. Well, Filipao, World Cup winner 11 years ago, brought back to help Brazil's push for next summer. They're right back on track, it seems. So far, so good, one game in. Jose Manuel de la Torre, Gold Cup winner, Olympic winner, under real pressure after some subpar World Cup qualifying results. Their place in Brazil next summer is by no means a sure thing at this stage. They have to win at least 3 of their last 4 qualifiers, it seems, in the autumn. These are 2 benches. Lucas Moura's powder again kept dry for Brazil. Bernard among those on the bench too, a highly rated young winger. Aldo de Nigris scored Mexico's winning goal against Jamaica in qualifying for the World Cup 2 weeks ago. A rematch for revenge, for redemption. The Olympic final a year ago at Wembley, London. Brazil lost on that day with Oscar in the team 2-1. 12 goals in his debut English season for Chelsea. Player who moved for big money from Internacional a year ago, and as always for Mexico, this team has Giovanni dos Santos as the preferred puller of strings. The Mexicans then start this game, the 2 teams' second game in Group A of this Confederations Cup. Brazil, no win here, will qualify them for the semis. Should Mexico lose, then they are out at this first round stage. Dani Alves heads away there for Brazil. Their team, as I say, the same one which beat the Japanese in Brasilia. Jorge Torres here with a throw then for Mexico. Torres, a little too long that for Dos Santos. Now to raucous cheers, Marcelo for Brazil. Paulinho. Neymar. Neymar now for Marcelo, again here now for Brazil. Into Fred's feet. And Dos Santos pull back here, free kick for Mexico. Lack of goals has been Mexico's real Achilles heel in recent games. Their last 3 home games, all goalless draws in the Azteca. Now Oscar for Brazil. Ahead Fred. Behind he's got support from Dani Alves, and Oscar caught here by Guardado. Andres Guardado of Spain's Valencia. Heavy challenge on Oscar, he's okay. And now the Brazilians will look to build again. Marcelo. Neymar, here he goes, lights the burners. Neymar goes on. Neymar for Fred here. And Fred, a cross goal, but no one there in a canary yellow shirt for Brazil. First warning sign there as he G's up the fans there, Neymar. That explosion of pace. Marcelo has gone on here and was caught on the edge. Brazil free kick, and he too says get behind the Seleção. Away here from Iram Mir, who's not a right back for his club normally. with Monterrey, normally a centre-half. Brazil, you maybe see Mir as a potential weak link in this Mexican defence. It's a dead ball, but the noise here is utterly deafening in Fortaleza. Neymar or Hulk the options here. Brazilian posse waiting in the centre. Thiago Silva and David Luiz, the two centre halves, being a nuisance. Hulk here for Marcelo. First save for Jose Corona. Not really a clean hit that from Marcelo, and the goalkeeper quickly tries to get Guardado away. Well, here the game's first attempt, a clever free kick which almost caught Mexico unawares. Young fans have come to see their team, the Sellers, out. Marcelo's son there among those cheering on his father and his teammates. Here goes Neymar, and Neymar across Fred! Blocked away, Hulk blocked again. Neymar offside here. Mike Malaki's flag up here to stop Brazil in their tracks. The goal will not stand. England's Mike Malaki with the flag. Decides that Brazil here were offside. Let's have a look at the decision. Ball back in here. And there you see indeed Neymar was beyond that line of green. Good call. Marcelo. This is Francisco Rodriguez for Hector Moreno for Mexico. Cleared away by Jose Corona. Their goalkeeper was their captain in the Olympic Games in London as they won that gold against Brazil. Here a free kick given in Gerardo Torres' favour. Well, Brazil have begun the game with the higher tempo, and this is the first Mexican real spell of possession in the Brazil half. Flores. And the ball in here is a little too long for Guardado from Dos Santos. Nice warning shot there across the Brazilian bows, really. Here's Fred. Strong finds Hulkus likewise. Rodriguez. Oh, mistake here by Flores. Almost got Neymar in for Brazil. Brazil's tempo here is really high so far. It's a very hot and humid day. Will that be a factor? Can they keep up this pace, Brazil? Salcido here now for Guardado for Mexico. Torrado. Now Dos Santos. With him he's got Flores here. Went for goal, and it is held on to by Julio Cesar. His handling in the first game was not the cleanest against Japan, was it? And again, couldn't catch that first time either. Or can they catch him here? Neymar for Brazil now for Marcelo. Just tripped there by Gerardo Torrado. And the Mexico team, which won this Confederations Cup against Brazil in the Azteca in Mexico City 14 years ago, Torrado. Neymar sets off now and looks for and finds Dani Alves. His ball in here, and Hulk flags up again. Well, again there the Brazil players maybe a little too keen, too eager to breach that Mexican defensive line. Gerardo Flores. Rodriguez. Mia. And now Dos Santos tries to give Luis Gustavo a problem, couldn't, and here now is Paulinho for Brazil. Thiago Silva. And the game's tempo so far is just the right side of frantic, I think. To Julio Cesar, cap number 71 today for the English-based goalkeeper with, for now, Queen's Park Rangers, though talk Another move to Arsenal across London, maybe. This is David Luiz. Now for once the tempo just relaxes, relents. A breather for all. Thiago Silva. Hulk turns away from Salcido here, into Fred. Hulk has gone again. Oscar dispossessed. There is, in this game, in this event, real pressure on the Mexican coach De La Torre. World Cup results have not been the best. They have to win at least 3 teams of their last 4 qualifying games in the CONCACAF region in the autumn. Well, third now, but teams behind have games in hand on El Tri. Guardado's lost possession to Hulk here. Now Paulinho. Hulk into Dani Alves here, shrugs off Guardado. Dani Alves for Fred, too long. Here's Neymar! Another Neymar blockbuster. Well, 4 days on from Brasilia, Neymar with another magical goal for Brazil. Technique to unleash a firecracker, powder keg of a volley. It dropped, it fell, it sat, and he let rip. It's Brazil 1, Mexico 0. Neymar at it again. It's another beauty. As the Seleção hit the front in their second game, with the man who got there first in there first, Neymar. He says, this is my Confederations Cup. Beautiful goal. Now, how did Mexico respond to this? Salcido. David Luiz. Now Thiago Silva. Well, I guess the start the Mexicans, given the noisy and raucous Brazil backing, they simply wanted to avoid here. It did come off a defender, the cross from Dani Alves, but Neymar's technique there was, well, textbook in every single sense, exemplary. 1-0 to Brazil. There he is again, just knocked away there by the head of Iramia. Rodriguez away to safety. Guardado for Mexico. Only 2 teams have beaten Brazil more than Mexico. That's Uruguay and Argentina down the years. 10 wins against Brazil. But the number 10 here makes his mark again. Not bad, is he? Not bad at all. 57 million euros to Barcelona. They've given him a 190 million euro release clause. This is Javier Hernandez, who scored 4 of Mexico's last 5 goals here. Scored their penalty against the Italians in that 2-1 defeat in Rio 3 days ago. Dos Santos, Guardado, Salcido with a mistake. Dos Santos, and he's got Torres behind, he's got Guardado. This is Jorge Torres, back to Guardado. Salcido. Salcido shot from long range, and maybe Mexico have seen that Julio Cesar is having problems holding this Cafusa ball. Worth a go from distance with the goalkeeper, who has so far in the matches he's played looked a little edgy with this new ball. But they're a coach under fire, under pressure from his own media and own fans back in Mexico. by Fred here towards Hulk. Dani Alves lets it run here for Thiago Silva. David Luiz. Now Luiz Gustavo. Just won a treble, of course, in Germany with Bayern Munich. He did miss the DFB Pokal, the cup final against Stuttgart, when he was away with Brazil for their game with England. Paulinho. There's Marcelo in turn. He will find Neymar again. Here's you know who. Neymar for Brazil. Neymar for Hulk. And Paulinho's shot blocked away. Might run here to Hulk nonetheless. He does get the ball in. 3 yellow shirts on Guardado here. Dani Alves, one of them. Dani Alves! And pushed away by Corona magnificently. It was cheeky there, impudence from Dani Alves here. It's a chip, it's a 9-iron. Corona back to make a stellar stop. Good save, had to be as well. Here's Oscar. Whipped in here for Fred. Here's Hulk. It's gone Brazil's way here. Well, the fans came to see a special show, and thus far, it's going to plan. It really was a top save by Corona. He got back there to backpedal, backtrack, and deny Dani Alves, which would have been a really cheeky finish. Hulk. Hulk again. Mexico defensive line is being pushed further and further back as Brazil turn the screw. Oscar's made the burst. Dispossessed by Jorge Torres, up here towards Javier Hernandez. Just held off there strongly enough by David Luiz, fairly. Marcelo for the run of Fred here. Fred of Fluminense. Corona there with a heavy touch. He got mighty lucky there because that ball nearly came to Brazil. Torrado. Oh, Carlos Salcido playing in that defensive midfield role today. They've made 1 or 2 changes to their fullbacks, and the left back has gone to midfield today, Salcido. This is Jorge Torres playing in Salcido's place in that left back position. Now Iramia, Olympic winner against Brazil 12 months ago. Now Salcido again will take up the charge. Torres. Jorge Torres. Decent cross too. Marcelo here. Oh, his mistake. Hernandez. And the shot blocked away there from Gerardo Flores. Now Mia. Mia! Well, the fill-in fullback, he's normally a centre-half, Mir, and there he got a shot away. A knock here for Thiago Silva too, the Brazil captain. Here the player who's really a square peg in a round hole today, got the shot in, but across the face of the Brazil goal and away. It's a lovely ball sent in there by Jorge Torres. Brazil maybe they're overplaying things, and then the chance put wide by Mia. Good game so far though, this. In keeping with what's been thus far a really open, enjoyable Confederations Cup. That's how Thiago Silva was hurt. Maybe got the ball in a painful area. Maybe winded himself. Thiago Silva, the player on the books now of the French champions Paris Saint-Germain. Won the French league with them. He also won Serie A with AC Milan a couple of years ago as well. He's okay, but his voice may be a little higher. There has been talk he could be on the books pretty soon of Barcelona looking at him. Brazil in front. This man has got a clean sheet so far for Big Phil, Filipao. It is Felipe Scolari's Brazil. And again, he's the driving force. Bounce eludes Hulk. Salcido rather loose, given away to Neymar here now, looks for Oscar. It's the fourth game between these two of the Confederations Cup. It is the tournament's most played fixture. Brazil have been to 7 of 9 and Mexico 6 of 9 Confederations Cups. Both have won this trophy. Brazil 3 times and the Mexicans once on home soil 14 years ago. Francisco Rodriguez, the captain here for Mexico. Dos Santos here caught by the other number 10, Neymar. Howard Webb on the scene quickly. First man in 2012 to referee both the Champions League in Europe final, also the World Cup final in the same year. Giovanni Dos Santos. And this free kick then for Mexico. In here by Dos Santos, off David Luiz, and then Oscar will try and clear. On by Iramir, met by David Luiz again. Drops here now to Guardado. David Luiz away, retrieved by Giovanni Dos Santos of Mexico. Andres Guardado. Gerardo Flores. Corner here for Mexico. Dos Santos is Mexico's preferred taker of most of their set plays and dead ball routines. Referee now happy. In here by Dos Santos. Made by Paulinho's head. Guardado's volley back in. Paulinho meets for a second time now, and Brazil break with Neymar. Neymar shrugs off Guardado, and then Guardado comes in, takes him down. Yellow card coming here, the game's first. Andres Guardado of Valencia in Spain, the first to feel the wrath here of England's Howard Webb. Can have no complaints at all for that. Neymar fair chopped down there by Guardado. Game's first caution. The Big Phil's team in the ascendancy so far. That Neymar volley, the difference. Dani Alves and Hulk on this free kick for Brazil. Paulinho has gone forward there, number 18 in the middle of your picture. Fred's in there lurking as well with ominous intentions. Dani Alves here for Hulk. Away by Salcido. Maybe not as planned there on the Brazil training ground, that one from Hulk, was it? Didn't quite find the cross he was looking for, maybe. Now Dani Alves. Dos Santos went down under the tackle of Luis Gustavo this time. Mexico, the Winners of the CONCACAF title for the 9th time in the USA 2 years ago. They beat the hosts, the US, in the final 4-2. They'll defend their trophy next month in the US again. Here's Fred. Neymar wants. Will he get? Yes, he will. Neymar beyond Mia. Neymar! Nearly. Another good Brazil move here. Control on the chest, good, away from Mia, and the shot flashes just over the top of Corona's bar here for Brazil. Mia there, just caught out by the movement and agility there of Neymar, wasn't he? That's a good effort too. Salcido. It's Torrado. Now the run from Hernandez, but that's too long. It's going to run through to Julio Cesar in Brazil's goal. They do use the fullbacks whenever they can. Dani Alves and Marcelo just love to push on and join the attacking fray. Roberto Carlos is sat a few seats to my left. Of course, he was in many ways the archetypal Brazilian attacking fullback, wasn't he? In that team which won the World Cup with big Phil Scolari in Japan 11 years ago. Still looks as fit as a fiddle, by the way, as well, Roberto Carlos. He just retired, of course. Here's Thiago Silva. Hulk. The run here to Paulinho's possession. Cue those fullbacks again. There's Marcelo. Target here is Hulk. He's being challenged there by Torres. It's going to be retrieved by Brazil though, and David Luiz. Really is a front four with Oscar and Neymar and Fred and Hulk. Neymar is normally the wide left of that front three. So Iram Mir, who, as we say, is not really a right back for his club or for his country, having to handle both Marcelo and Neymar on that left-hand side, which I'd imagine is going to be a pretty stiff baptism in that position for him. It's Guardado. Now Francisco Rodriguez. Dos Santos. Playing with Mallorca, he was in the team which were relegated in Spain from La Liga this season. Did score 6 goals. He was, many people say, their best player in a disappointing campaign for Real Mallorca. Fred here was pushed in the back by Rodriguez, and it's going to be a free kick for the Brazilians. Midway inside the Mexico half to this free kick. There is a Mexican wave around the stadium fittingly. Now Neymar has positioned this ball, and I'd imagine he'll have a shot if he's the one to take this. We have seen in all the games so far, this ball, the Cafusa, is one which moves and bends and arcs and causes goalkeepers a world of problems. But from here, 40 yards? Surely not. Surely not. Hulk is there as well. He can pack a punch from distance. In by Neymar here towards Fred. And headed away by Rodriguez for another Brazil set piece, a corner ball this time. Hulk, strong and stocky, powerful, and winning over the fans too. And the team ahead, many felt ahead of the fans' favourite Lucas Moura, but Hulk has had a good tournament so far, and he has this corner now for Brazil. In by Hulk, away at the near post there by Jorge Torres. That's 10 wins down the years for Mexico. It is a good record they have against the Brazilians. They won the team's last meeting, a friendly match in the US 30 months ago, now 2-0. This man Hernandez scored. Now it's Gerardo Flores. Neymar sees Marcelo here. Outnumbered fair and square. Dos Santos, Salcido. Salcido still now for Dos Santos. It's work wide now. Hernandez, Dos Santos. Goal kick. And he wants the corner. Messrs Webb and Darren Cannon on the far side decide otherwise. He was right. Maybe he has a case there, Dos Santos. Maybe off the shin there of the Brazil defender. That's one way of keeping the sun off. Guardado towards Torrado. Dani Alves with the Brazilians. They head through Neymar's goal, and they've had one or two other chances too. Dani Alves and Neymar again went close. Neymar against Iramia. Foul there by the young defender from Monterrey. What a recall to the senior squad in May after going 2 years without a cap. Only his 7th here for the full team, but as I say, in that team which won the Olympic gold medal in 2012. That is, of course, an under-23 event, though you can have 3 overage players. Corona here was one of Mexico's overage players. He was their captain. Goalkeeper playing at his 8th senior finals here. Always been the first choice. He's in the team here ahead of Guillermo Ochoa, who has more caps than Corona. Near for Torrado. Here is Gerardo Torrado again up towards Guardado. Dos Santos. Torrado. Dos Santos through here now for Flores. It is a corner this time. No ifs or buts. David Luiz last. Winner of the UEFA Europa League this season. 3 trophies now in Chelsea colours across a couple of full seasons. In by Dos Santos here. Only a goal kick this time, says Howard Webb. Well, Mexico were the last team to beat Brazil in the Confederations Cup. That was back in 2005. A win here would set a new record of 9 successive wins in the Confederations Cup. It would beat the record held by France and Brazil jointly at the moment. Brazil joined France on 8 games with that win over the Japanese in Brasilia. Here's Holt. Well, how do you contain fullbacks like Dani Alves and like Marcelo? Many coaches have tried to find systems and very few can manage it. And now is Gerardo Flores. Moreno for Guardado. Free kick here for Javier Hernandez. Javier Hernandez here. Knocks the ball out wide to Iramia. Mia's cross towards Hernandez, met by Luis Gustavo at the near post there for Brazil. The possession's fairly even so far. It's a game where Brazil begun at a real speed, but they've just eased off maybe in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe a hint the Mexicans are beginning to find a toehold in this match. Dos Santos. On by Flores. Flores again, in for Javier Hernandez. Away by Thiago Silva. Fred big and strong, but using that strength in unfair fashion. Both teams are favouring the quick free kick to get this game underway again as fast as they can after the stoppages. It's making for a good spectacle so far. That's a free kick for Hernandez. Chicharito. Free kick Mexico. Salcido does have a good left foot on him. And now back in Mexico with Tigres, spells in Europe with PSV Eindhoven and England's Fulham. In by Guardado here. Runs across towards Rodriguez. And head injury means a stoppage here. David Luiz, that familiar shock of frizzy hair. Maybe a clash of heads here with Moreno, was it? Maybe his own player too, Thiago Silva caught him. Well, his nose is blooded. Who needs enemies with friends like that? 26, his debut came under Mano Menezes in his first game in charge against the USA 3.5 years ago. Menezes replaced by Luis Felipe Scolari in November. The CBF, the Brazilian Federation, felt the team's style of play was not really what it might have been. They weren't losing games, but with Brazil it's not a case of winning, it's winning well, which the people want here. That's why the team from '94 is not loved in the way the teams of 70 and certainly 58 are. 5-time world champions. There'll be a change of shirt here too for David Luiz. Blood on the shirt means we have to have a change of jersey. Wants a change of ball, I think, here. I think there may be blood on that ball, which is why the referee wants to change it. So a new clean ball in the hands of Howard Webb. It'll restart here with a drop ball, and you see still the blood, a real problem for David Luiz. I was told that David Luiz may play here as a defensive midfield player. Has been an area which Brazil have been lacking in recent matches. It's not been an area that Scolari's really settled on as yet. He's gone here for the pairing of Paulinho and Luis Gustavo, which has done well so far for him. Salcido. So Brazil for now a man light on the field, 10 players with David Luiz off getting attention. Explored here the short-term man advantage in Mexico. In the way was Marcelo for Brazil. Stays in play, does it? Not quite. It'll take some stopping that blood, you know. This is Hector Moreno of Espanyol in Barcelona. Salcido. For and finds the run of Giovanni Dos Santos. Dos Santos, a burst of pace here, and Dos Santos goes on. Great skill in towards Hernandez, away by Thiago Silva, back in there, and that's easy pickings for Julio Cesar. Really good punchy play here on the front foot by Dos Santos, wriggled away from a couple of yellow shirts, and the cross a smidge too high for Javier Hernandez. Great play, really good play. Now for Mexico, it's Guardado now. They're enjoying a good spell here, the CONCACAF champions. David Luiz will rejoin once that blood has stopped, and not a moment sooner. Salcido. Rodriguez. Mia. Torrado. That's a good spell for the Mexicans. They now find Dos Santos again. Brazil want to bring David Luiz back on, but for now he's not being allowed to come back on. Here's Salcido. Knocked across now to Moreno. Mexico retaining the ball here, almost Brazilian style, this attack. Here's Guardado, and possession finally lost, but they do get a throw in. Referee just making sure that the blood has stopped for David Luiz. Shirt has a spot or two of blood too, which I guess is against the rules to the letter. Torres. And Flores caught by Luis Gustavo. And this does hand the Mexicans a set piece in a good area for them. There was a nudge there by Luis Gustavo, wasn't there? This team, after the blistering start, have been rather stifled and stymied in the last maybe 10 minutes or so by Mexico. Plenty of good signs here that the Mexicans are beginning to find a foothold in this match. And it's becoming a match too, a proper contest. He will have his two-man defensive wall position to his liking. In that wall, Dani Alves and Oscar, the two brave bodies. Salcido or Guardado, the options here for Mexico. Salcido's shot blocked away now, and Hulk will lead a Brazil cavalry charge. Ahead Neymar. Hulk goes on himself, which was maybe in hindsight the wrong decision, given that Neymar was down the middle and in a good position. Foul seen here by Luis Gustavo, and referee unhappy still with the blood situation. He has to leave the field here until that has stopped. We are now 5 minutes away from half-time, where he will be able to get a proper pit stop, proper running repairs. Mia. Torrado. There's Flores. Just runs away though for Mexico. I'm sure the home fans here would love the insurance policy really of a second goal before half-time. They'd love to see David Luiz patched up properly. So again here Brazil are for now the man short-handed. Guardado. Booted away by Jorge Torres. Torres, who was named the best fullback in the Mexican League 2 years ago. This man Marcelo named the best left-back in the world by FIFA in January. Hector Moreno. Salcido. Torres makes the run. Salcido. Flores the target. On there by Marcelo. Only started 13 league games for Real Madrid last season, Marcelo. One of those to really feel the pinch under Jose Mourinho. Fred. And now here's Paulinho via Oscar. Fred will burst away. Neymar back to Marcelo. Neymar caught late there and the ball had gone. Dani Alves. By Javier Hernandez here for Mexico. Hernandez from behind, caught by Thiago Silva. He'll get a yellow card for that. Brazil's first caution of this Confederations Cup goes their captain's way for the tackle from behind here on Javier Hernandez. Chicharito clattered. Thiago Silva cautioned. David Luiz patched up again. Oscar, the lone man in the way of this free kick for Brazil. It could be taken by Giovanni Dos Santos. In by Dos Santos here. Almost dropped to the feet of Rodriguez, they're the number 2. It's a good end to the first half by Mexico. Some good positive signs. It's Hernandez. Torrado, bit of room now for Dos Santos, he can keep it in, which he can't manage. Well, his team, despite that early hammer blow from Neymar, have dug in, regrouped, found resolve, and now beginning to ask questions of Brazil. Here's Flores, covering defender is Marcelo here. Bit of head tennis, then the ball up towards Neymar. Mia was caught by Oscar. Oscar quiet so far, not his most influential match in Brazil colours. Got a goal in their last friendly, the win over the French in Porto Alegre, 3-0. Both their last 2 games have been 3-0 successes. There's Guardado on to Torres. Guardado again. Paulinho stopped by Dos Santos. Inside the first of 3 minutes additional time, they board their shown by Enrique Oces from Chile, the 4th official down there. He took charge of Mexico's first game against the Italians in Rio, you may recall, a few days ago. 2 on defeat, Balotelli's late goal for the Azzurri. Rodriguez. Torrado. Rodriguez. Now Flores. Mia with him. Flores. Dos Santos. Bit of room now for Salcido maybe. Torrado. Flores. Just caught there by Neymar. That will be a free kick Mexico's way. And here a prime chance to end the first half on a real high. The team from the CONCACAF region. Neymar comes across the arm, across the voice box of Gerardo Flores. Late first half, Mexico pressure. Free kick, Giovanni Dos Santos. In by Dos Santos here, and it's onto the roof of the net. Maybe a cross which became more than it should have done there from Dos Santos, but just gave Julio Cesar here a palpitation or two, didn't he? I'm sure the goalkeeper knew that was always going over his crossbar, but just got back to make sure. So Brazil 1 goal up, the goal from Neymar inside 10 minutes today. Fred. Dos Santos, down now to Guardado. Torres. Salcido. Torrado. Rolled across to Mia. Dos Santos. Mia. Salcido. Now Gerardo Flores looks for Hernandez. Brazil come away through David Luiz though here now. Oscar with Salcido, and Oscar was caught there by the challenge. Now Neymar. Ahead Oscar, inside Fred and Paulinho. Behind here is Oscar, Marcelo rather. Well, the whistle goes, Brazil hold sway here. Another goal, another fine goal from Neymar. A trademark technique-laden volley which fair flew past goalkeeper Jose Corona, but Mexico have had their moments too. Iram Mir had their best chance, and make no mistake here, Mexico are in this game still at half-time. A good first half, an open first half. The score at the break then is Brazil 1, Mexico 0. Brazil scored early in the second half of the first game against Japan to really finish that game off and wrap up the victory against the Asian champions on Saturday. Can they start the second half here with a similar second goal and maybe a goal to see off that Mexican response? Here's Marcelo towards Neymar. Now the team has made a change in terms of playing personnel for the second period here. This is Iram Mir for Mexico. Neymar. And Neymar there tries to take on Torrado, but the very savvy old head of Torrado is 143rd cap here, the number 6 for Mexico in this Confederations Cup. Just Spain's Iker Casillas has won more caps than Torrado has here. Free kick has gone Brazil and Neymar's way. Well, their three halves so far in this Confederations Cup have all begun strongly, all begun with a goal. What about this second half in Fortaleza? 3 players on this free kick to conspire, to plot, to scheme, to try and find that daylight finding goal for Brazil, that insurance policy of a second goal. It's curled in here by Neymar, and the ball's loose. Thiago Silva offside, won't count. Darren Cahn's flag says, oh no you don't. Ball whipped in here with great pace, and there you see 2 players beyond that defensive line. And Thiago Silva's finish will count for nothing. Moreno for Mexico. Guardado. Now Jorge Torres. Salcido. Moreno. Torres chasing and retrieving here, but the ball has just gone beyond the byline. Torres of Tigres in Mexico, debut against the Chileans 5 years ago. Brazil does have the most diverse range of wildlife. Birds and bugs are plenty around the stadium here. It's hot and sticky, muggy early evening now. Kickoff here was 4 p.m. local time. It's dark around 6 p.m. Up here on the northeast in Ceará province in Brazil. First of 3 games here at this Confederations Cup. Marcelo. Hulk takes turns, considers now, and finds Paulinho. He sees Oscar's run. Through to goalkeeper Jose Corona of Cruz Azul. And Mexico's very lucrative Primera División. Mexicans don't tend to move abroad too often. they can make a good living in their very competitive domestic championship. The teams do boss the CONCACAF Champions League in recent years. Teams like Monterrey and Santos Laguna. Torrado's free kick here taken quickly to Francisco Rodriguez as Mexico try and build and try and get themselves level here. Guardado for Salcido. Rodriguez, Flores, Dos Santos, Flores looks for Mier's run. It's picked off there by David Luiz. Clearly no great pain with that knock on his nose, able to carry on and play on. Gerardo Torrado gets the return ball here from Carlos Salcido. Torres with Dani Alves. Just a flashpoint there, the game has been played in a firm but friendly manner so far. That's really the first real confrontation between the players there, between Dani Alves, the Brazil right back, and the Mexico left back Jorge Torres. Decision's gone Brazil's way. Mexico haven't scored an open play now in their last 3 matches. The goal against the Italians was a penalty, of course, scored by Javier Hernandez. If they don't score here, of course, they're out. Defeat means they are out with 1 game to play. A draw, and they're still in there fighting just. This is Corona's clearance. Now Paulinho, who's had a more quiet game so far for Brazil. Neymar now will get Hulk away. And Hulk's cross is taken by Corona. Mia. Torrado. Salcido. Now Iran Mia. Mia. Flores miscontrols. Rodriguez. First half possession stats were pretty even, Stephen, in this game. The two teams have been relatively evenly matched in that sense, but here now is Neymar with a change of pace, a change of gear, a change of rhythm. Neymar, maybe 1 man too many for the take on that time. Oscar wins it back. Neymar, certainly in the days before the first game, Scolari was keen to say that he needs to become more of a team player, maybe not try and do too much on his own. I guess there we saw a case in point. Julio Cesar, cap number 71 here, the Brazil goalkeeper, one of only 2 survivors from the Confederations Cup for Brazil, which they won 4 years ago in South Africa. Long here towards Oscar and Fred, missed by Moreno and cleared by Torres. And Dani Alves here and Julio Cesar survived from the last Confederations Cup. Such has been the huge overturn in Brazilian playing personnel. Since then, the likes of Neymar and Oscar and Lucas Moura all have come to the fore via the under-20 team, which won its championship in Peru back in 2011. There's Iran Mia. Flores. Dos Santos makes the run. Marcelo comes across to make sure there's no easy way through. Hulk have been pretty quiet so far, haven't they? The other two in that three-man Brazilian attack. They do have option on the bench in the likes of Joe and Lucas Moura and Bernard, who's a very highly thought of young attacker. This is Tirado for Mexico. And then Flores has gone on. Blocked away by Thiago Silva. Brazil's defence has been good so far in this competition. Scolari's team, we know too, was one which was built on a very strong defensive foundation. Now Paulinho ahead. Fred has made the run. Oscar. Now the space here for Hulk is going to make options for Brazil here. Hulk goes on. Neymar back on for Hulk here. Fleck stays down. And Hulk finds the side netting. Well, Hulk went close with a chance against the Japanese, which hit the side netting, you may recall, in Brasilia. Here another good combination, another very lucid attacking move here by Brazil. Neymar for Hulk, just wide. Angle closed down here by the goalkeeper Corona, though pretty well. Salcido. Guardado, it's going to break Neymar's way here. And play goes on. Neymar goes for Hulk with him. Neymar went alone, and it was maybe the wrong decision because on the left-hand side Brazil had Hulk wide open. Chose not to find and not to see Hulk here, went himself. And Neymar across and wide of Corona's goal. And again, evidence of the maybe lack of maturity so far in Neymar's game. He's only 21 still, don't forget. Not quite the vision there to see Hulk, who was better placed than he. Marcelo's Brazil throw here for Hulk. Flores given away to Luis Gustavo. Oscar's run. Torres covering. Moreno up here to Guardado. Guardado has got with him here, overlapping Salcido. Guardado again. Across comes Thiago Silva and Dani Alves to go double teams there on the Mexican, and Brazil win the ball back now, and the fans raise their voices. Here they come. Paulinho. Going to see a change for Mexico. They want to bring on Hector Herrera. Here is Marcelo for Brazil. Neymar, step over. Now the change of pace. Here Mir reads it well. I think Mir, given he's not really a right back, has done a good job today for Mexico. Here comes that first change. Coming on will be Hector Herrera of Pachuca. Come on here to win his 8th cap, a player who was in that Olympic gold medal winning team in London. And making way here is Gerardo Flores. So Hector Herrera on. It is like for like really. Taking midfield player on for another. Marcelo's cross looking for Fred. Mexico, that's one of poor recent form, which may well cost them a place in next summer's World Cup in Brazil. There were, of course, the manager's head after their last qualifier, a goalless home draw with Costa Rica in the Azteca just over a week ago in Mexico City. Dani Alves again here, the player who looks a little irked and riled for Brazil. Again, Torres with him, and all the studs were high. Not sure there was any contact, maybe just there with the outstretched toes of the Mexican fullback. Dani Alves penalised. At 1-0 the game remains open. And in the balance for Mexico, who know defeat here, and that's it, curtains with one game to play. Mir. Now Salcido. Torres. Into Dos Santos, good ball now. Guardado in for Hernandez. Oh, and David Luiz in there, magnificently to clear it away. It's a good cross. Hernandez waiting, but David Luiz does his job to the letter. Great clearance. Mexico corner the outcome now. In by Dos Santos, Fred away. Guardado back in. Neymar. And now Oscar breaks, suddenly it's 3-on-3 here. Neymar, Holt forward, it's towards Neymar, Rodriguez covering. And that promising situation comes to nothing. And again, like the first half, open, flowing. Hernandez ready to come on for Brazil when next they can make a substitution. By Dos Santos, and there Julio Cesar. Thiago Silva, a goal in the second half for him, disallowed, don't forget, for offside. Oscar. Brazil went at them in the first few minutes, but Mexico have grown in stature in the game. There's David Luiz though for Marcelo. Salcido miscontrols and only making up for it has chopped down Neymar. There's the mistake, and in trying to get the ball back for his team, goes through the back of Brazil's Neymar to give away a free kick. It will be Oscar off and Hernandez on. Oscar has been today rather quiet, rather anonymous for spells. Oscar coming off, and Hernandez of Italy's Lazio, a Coppa Italia winner with the Rome-based club in the season just gone in Italy. Hernandez will come on here to replace Oscar for his 14th cap, 2 goals in that time. Oscar off, Hernandez on. Brazil's first roll of the substitution dice. Well, his first touch here could well be a free kick strike on goal. And in there David Luiz too, who has scored free kicks for Chelsea this season, not least in the Europa League semi against FC Basel of Switzerland. It's David Luiz, it's come off that cluster and gone behind for a corner for Brazil. All the colour in the stands. There's nothing quite like a Brazil game in Brazil, is there? The applause for Hulk. Pushing there between Mia and Fred, which is clamped down on by Howard Webb. Corner by Hulk. Away by Rodriguez for another one. And a second goal I'm sure the Mexicans will feel will be their undoing. At 1-0 they still have a hope. At 2-0 that job becomes a whole lot more difficult. Neymar's corner. Brazil's defence so far unbreached in this Confederations Cup. Can they find a 2-goal lead here? Neymar's corner sent in towards David Luiz and Fred. Herrera clear. Hulk. Now Dani Alves. The break. Hernandez through here. Guardado chasing on. Nets and cleared by Julio Cesar. Torrado and Salcido in a muddle. It's run back by David Luiz here now. Hernandez, here goes Neymar. Corona there first. As for the first half, the game is open. It is very watchable. Just that one goal, Neymar's volley, the difference still in Fortaleza. Neymar tries a trick. Mia and Torrado there to outfox him. Dos Santos away from Marcelo here, and from Luis Gustavo here. Dos Santos with a tremendous run. Now Torrado out to Guardado. Torres, Guardado for Torres again. Bacchio not quite there, and now Brazil come again with Dos Santos down injured. Play will go on here with Brazil though. Paulinho, what a burst! What a run! Now on to Neymar. Neymar shot! And pushed away by Corona. Now Brazil have a player down injured. Well, he wanted play to stop because Dos Santos was down injured for Mexico, but referee is under no obligation to stop unless it's a head injury. And they went on here, Paulinho with a tremendous burst downfield here. Couldn't go all the way himself though, and he found Neymar. He was then caught by the way, and he was hurt too, Paulinho. And looks as well in some serious pain. But what a run he made there, the midfielder. Plays for now with Corinthians in Brazil. There's been talk this week of buyout clauses and potential moves to the likes of Inter Milan and Rome in Italy and England's Tottenham Hotspur. He's a player who does appear to have a lot in his locker, Paulinho. Yeah, just caught, wasn't he, by Rodriguez, I think it was. No more shot pushed away by goalkeeper Jose Corona. Well, De La Torre's Mexico here are giving Brazil a game, that's for sure. No stretcher needed, so he'll just trot off here for further attention, Paulinho. Has had a good tournament so far, the midfielder. Got his goal to make it 2-0 against the Japanese in Brasilia. A Neymar corner. Corner taken here by Neymar to Tio Hernández maybe. Hernández still. In by Dani Alves looking for Neymar's run. He'll find him maybe. Yes, he will stay and play with Neymar. Neymar's whipped in cross. Corona with a punch away. Dani Alves and David Luiz. It's come off Hernandez last. High fives. Brazil in the mood. And he's back on, having had attention, Paulinho. Hernández. Luis Gustavo. Hernández has been busy since coming on, the number 8 here. He'll find Marcelo. Ahead Fred and Neymar and Hulk in a line of 3, a gang of 3 for Brazil, this attacking force they have. Here's Neymar again. One way then the other, brilliant. Marcelo, Neymar. Neymar's ball zipped in there, but into the midriff of Corona. Dos Santos. This is Salcido. Javier Hernandez. Dos Santos plots and schemes. Torrado. Hernandez. David Luiz wins the ball, but now it's back with Carlos Salcido here, who will have a shot which is straight down the middle into the arms of Julio Cesar. Not really been tested so far in the game. The Brazil goalkeeper has it. 10 goals down the years for Salcido. Winning his 115th cap. Playing now back in Mexico with Tigres. What a change. We'll see Jorge Torres coming off, which will mean that coming on here is Pablo Barrera, now playing with Cruz Azul in Mexico. One of their players from the World Cup in South Africa 3 years ago. European spells with West Ham United, Zaragoza in Spain as well. Paulinho for Brazil. Still just that one wonderful Neymar goal, the difference. Thiago Silva towards Neymar. Covering here is Mia. Hernández caught there by Herrera. That's one of the 7 goals these teams shared in Mexico's favour in the final of the Confederations Cup in '99 in the Azteca in Mexico City. So there has been a good game to watch in its own right. Brazil with a free kick taken by David Luiz out towards Hulk here. Came off the defender's head. Salcido has gone to a left back position now. They've made that latest change. His normal and preferred role. Hernández. Hulk dispossessed by Salcido. Luis Gustavo for the Brazilians. David Luiz, Neymar's dummy for Fred here. David Luiz pushing on as the game wears on further and further forward. Hernández. Hernández with a run. He will now involve Neymar again. Invites the defence onto him. Here now is Marcelo. I feel they need that second goal here to make this safe, Brazil. Neymar then, was he caught? No, he wasn't by Barrera. Play goes on. Herrera. The great Pelé himself feels that Neymar for now does tend to make more of challenges to win free kicks, maybe more than he perhaps should do. Maybe that was evidence of that challenge with Barrera. Yes, Salcido, Moreno. Neat there by Mexico, neat and tidy. Possession retained. Guardado. It's Salcido's run, and his cross too, which is booming across the goal and out for nothing more than a goal kick. Wasted chance there for Carlos Salcido to pick out a decent delivery. Well, not maybe quite the performance that he was hoping for Brazil today. Luis Felipe Scolari got the early goal, but second half, save for one goal, ruled out for offside. They've not made too much to overly trouble Jose Corona, have they? One Neymar snapshot. Fred will play, of course. Last season's Brazilian Serie A top scorer with Fluminense, 20 league goals in the Brasileiro. 4 years with Olympique Lyonnais in France, where he had a good return, but he's maybe homesick and chose to go back to Brazil. The league here is now one where the clubs can pay wages to keep hold of players for longer, or maybe coax players back. Think of Ronaldinho and Robinho in recent seasons in that category. Here's Hernández. Neymar has just left Santos after maybe staying longer than he may have done in years gone by. Here he he is, Neymar there. Again, he's gone down there looking for, but not getting the free kick. Dos Santos, Luis Gustavo. A win here would equal up the Confederations Cup tally between these two nations. 3 previous meetings, this is the 4th. Mexico lead by 2-1 overall in the head-to-head in this competition. Barrera, now Dos Santos. Lovely turn, Dos Santos wriggles free and will keep on going here now. Looks for Barrera. Barrera's cross. May get a second bite at this here. Barrera whipped in. Oh, and cleared away there with at the far post. Hernandez waiting poised. Dani Alves away, and again the Brazilian high fives. Defensive digging in here by the Seleção. Dos Santos corner for El Tri of Mexico. They need a goal from somewhere. Away by Luis Gustavo. Lose, and there with 1 game to play. The Mexicans, they take on Japan in their final match. It would be, for them anyway, a dead rubber. Mia. Now Tirado. Tirado sees the run of the centre-half here, Moreno, who's been dispossessed. Dani Alves then fouls Moreno. That'll be a card here for Brazil's full-back. Yeah, just the knock in the face for Hector Moreno from Dani Alves, who apologises. Winner of this Confederations Cup in South Africa 4 years ago. Winner of 15 trophies in 5 years with Barcelona. Such is their dominance in Spain and beyond. A Salcido free kick for Mexico. If they don't score, they go out. Simple as that. In by Salcido here, met by David Luiz ahead of Hernandez. Good Brazilian defensive play there with cover behind in Thiago Silva. Lucas Moura gets ready to come on to join the fray. Corner ball, Mexico. In by Salcido here, towards Iramia. Had one good first half chance, of course, Mia didn't he too, but this one was certainly more difficult leading back with a header. Couldn't really get his head behind it to get his nick muscles into play. And Lucas Moura is a fan's favourite in Brazil already. One of that young crop who reached the Olympic final. And he will come on to replace Hulk. I know many in Brazil think that this should be the starting situation with Moura on that right wing and Hulk on the bench, but Hulk has won the fans over so far with his performances in this Confederations Cup. Hulk coming off, they're a Porto fan with the incredible Hulk, and the ex-Porto man leaves, and in his stead here comes Lucas Moura of Paris Saint-Germain, the French champions. Foul there by Fred. 12 to play, Brazil 1 up through Neymar still. This is Herrera of Mexico now, and it goes to Dos Santos. Salcido. Over 50,000 here, again making a great noise, cheering on Brazil. Not full, but nonetheless It is mighty attendance. This is Mia. Barrera. Just came off Marcelo there for a throw for the Mexicans. Neymar's early goal still the difference. Inside 10 minutes. That took Neymar's goal scoring to 22 in 36 now for Brazil. That's some return. The player still just 21, don't forget. Here's Mia. Barrera. Good play. Away from Hernandez, away too from Marcelo here. Guerrero's cross. Guardado back into the mix here. Too long for Mia. Marcelo clear. A draw here and the Mexicans live again. Guerrero here with really good positive play, and the cross for Guardado. Just that 1-0 lead here for Brazil. Barrera. Dos Santos tries to release Hernandez. David Luiz for Fred. Brazil have Joe to come on, who I guess would replace, as on Saturday, Fred. Joe came on to score against the Japanese, his first ever international goal at full level. Mia. Dos Santos, who's had a good game for Mexico here. Herrera, onside, good cross as well. Oh, right across goal, Guardado back in there. From the angle which was almost prohibitive, but nonetheless, Brazil had a man on the line to block it away there for Mexico. Good cross. Great ball in that, and Guardado on the line there saw his shot blocked away by Dani Alves. It may have gone in, you know that. Here comes Joe for Fred, as predicted. They'll wait for now, they have a defensive corner to see out first. In by Guardado. Flicked away here for the attention of Neymar. And now Brazil will make their change. With 9 to play, number 9 will come off. Fred for Joe, the substitution here. Neymar with the goal, but one of their weekend scorers, Joe, will come on here for Fred. Joe, who with 6 goals is the current Libertadores top scorer this season. European spells with the likes of CSK Moscow and Galatasaray, Everton and Manchester City. By Joe here for Neymar. Joe's touch here for Lucas Moura. Mia throws in for Mexico, for whom time is beginning to race. Torrado. Now the space here is all Barrera's to work with. Takes on Marcelo and wins the corner off the Real Madrid fullback. Mexico mean business. They know time is in short supply. They know they have to score here to have any chance of staying in the Confederations Cup. This corner left to Giovanni Dos Santos. In deep and taken by Julio Cesar, and he says to Thiago Silva, away you go. With him Dani Alves. Lucas Moura too. Thiago Silva for Joe. Hernandez. Hernandez. Thiago Silva there with a slice. It's going to drop here towards Guardado for Mexico. Paulinho. Joe. This has been a mammoth spell of Brazil possession. Here's the goal to end the spell of dominance. Neymar tries to take on Mia here. Mia comes across to cover. At last a Mexican touch. Neymar, oh, delightful, outrageous. Neymar's cross for Joe, too long. Here's Paulinho with a shot, he was leaning back. It's over the bar and away. Well, there he left the defender for dead, didn't he? And the ball in was just too long. The bounce awkward there for Paulinho, who couldn't really get over the ball to get a good strike on it. So 5 to play in Fortaleza. Brazil 1, Mexico 0. Another Neymar moment of brilliance, the difference in this game in the Confederations Cup. Guardado for Mexico, who know they have to score here. They have a free kick at least, or do they? Handball been given here against the man on the deck. Andres Guardado, the guilty man, he's on a yellow card too from that first half, so can't take too many deliberate handballs, can he? Raul Jimenez, a tall central striker to come on for Mexico, the player from Club America. Joe. Away by Iramia. Herrera. Salcido. The change, I think, will be to take off their defensive midfield, where Tirado will replace him with the very tall, very angular centre forward Raul Jimenez. Brazil, the chant around the Castelao in Fortaleza, this very atmospheric stadium. And Brazil actually lost their last game on home soil. That was 11 years ago to Paraguay in a friendly match. That was Scolari's last game of his first spell, by the way, just after the World Cup in 2002. And Mia and Neymar came together here. Another change is made with Tirado off. And here that clash, you see, Mia and Neymar. And there is contact, yes, but enough for that? Well, maybe a side of Neymar's game, he needs to work on that. Well, here's the change. Raul Jimenez on, 8th cap, and the veteran Tirado off after winning his 143rd. Herrera, pressured here by 3 in yellow shirts. Herrera now for Iramia. Mia's cross, David Luiz. Hernandez for Brazil to break. Neymar has with him Joe and Lucas Moura on that far side on the right. David Luiz back safely here to the possession of the goalkeeper Julio Cesar. Bouncing ball which Marcelo watches and gets away from Barrera. Be a 6-point starting Group A for Brazil, this. Not quite the performance and margin against Japan, but Mexico have been down the years pretty awkward opponents for Brazil, and there a clash, a challenge, a yellow card shown here to Hector Herrera. Challenge really of frustration there from the Mexican, wasn't it? Neymar, being the kind of player he is, he has to expect his unfair share of bumps and knocks and whacks. Yellow card too shown here to Rodriguez, I guess for maybe a word out of turn, the Mexico captain. Neymar. The always willing Hernandez, who's been very good since coming on in both matches so far. Here he goes, Hernandez. Into Paulinho, in turn for Dani Alves. The cross will test Corona, but no more than a routine test. And that luminous orange goalkeeping kit. Up here now to Jimenez. Inside just about the 4 minutes of added time shown there by Enrique Oces's electronic board. Dani Alves pressured by Guardado. Neymar, one last run maybe. Neymar, Joe. Neymar can't get away from Mir, and he was pulling back on Mir as well. I think Mir's done well at number 21. As I say, he's not really a right back at all for club or for country. He's done well against the double threat of Marcelo and Neymar in this match, deserves top marks. Here he is, Iran Mir, 23 years of age, Olympic champion, at Brazil's expense, of course. Barrera. Jimenez. Andres Guardado. Return ball finds Guardado now, and he will spread the play wide to Barrera. Barrera, promising run, tame shot. Goalkeeper knew exactly where that was going from Barrera, able to take away his hands and just let it skim wide of his post. Well, this goal is the difference. It may well be the winning goal for Brazil. Neymar with a spectacular, special moment as his star explodes on the Confederations Cup scene. Had below par Copa Americas and Olympic Games, really, by his reputation standards, but here now maybe thriving on the big stage. This is Hector Moreno for Mexico. A minute or two of added time left to play. This now is Herrera. Mexico have to score, otherwise they are out with a game to play. That's the bottom line here for the winners of the CONCACAF Gold Cup and the Olympic champions of a year ago. Here goes Hernandez for Brazil. Neymar wide left. Neymar goes on! Neymar still here, across goal, and Joe has the goal! But made by the most glorious assist from Neymar. This is becoming, make no bones about it, Neymar's competition. An assist of the highest calibre to make a goal for Joe. 2-2 for him, but here Neymar, all about him again. Takes on two, beats two, and then finds Joe to finish to make it 2 for Brazil. The points are safe and qualification is safe. It's all about Neymar, who wears that number 10 shirt, the iconic number for Brazil, so well, so young. Goal made for Joe. Again though, Neymar writes all the headlines in this Confederations Cup. Big Phil and his team making big progress, leaps and bounds ahead of next year's World Cup on home soil. Joe with the goal, but the words written will be all about the man who made it. Barrera. Barrera, referee's whistle in mouth. His ball forward here now towards Hernandez by Barrera. The whistle goes. Brazil qualify. Mexico out. Big Phil and the Salazar march on with a game to spare, but once again, Neymar, the man on the occasion, who makes the occasion a fabulous first goal, a dreamy assist late on for the second. Neymar and Joe the scorers. Brazil march on. Mexico out with 2 successive defeats. Brazil 2 straight wins. Neymar and co make the headlines and make progress. The home fans have seen again a Brazilian display of dominance, of control and of victory. Joe with 2 in 2, Neymar with 2 in 2.